Okay, everybody. Well, this is for the Foothill Creative Geniuses Clubhouses. It's Neil, thanks. And if you want to reach out, what that is. It's the clubhouses for the clubhouses, and next week, which is Friday Friday the 12th, from 1 to 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Yes, I know. And depending on where you're at, it could be 4 to 6 Eastern Time. So wherever you're at, you can distinguish from those times. And what we're going to do is talk about the health and wellness, and what we need to watch out for. If we, whether it's cooking both gluten-free as well as the regular, the non-dairy for people with dairy allergies. We're also going to talk about, Easter's coming up. And so I think this will be a good time to talk about, what we can and can't fix, what we can and can't have. And would it be a good idea for a healthy alternative rather than the sugary? And so because of that, I think that'll be a good time. And also because of Easter parties and such, and they have Easter events all over. And so you need to have this type of thing. And on the literature, we're still going to be on the self-leader program. So if you've read the project ideas as well as the self-investment, we could be talking about that. And, are you stuck on a certain thing on Project Curiosity or on self-leader? And which is investing in self, really. Are you investing in you? And whether you're working or not. For the TGP, if we don't understand the crime law, but also understand the United States Constitution, especially the preamble. Do you even know the preamble? Do you understand it? We need to dissect that as well. Because unless we're living both preamble of the United States as well as the preamble of, the crime law, then we're not going to get anywhere. We could be talking about it, dissecting it. Even if it takes months and months and months the rest of the year, that's fine. Then what we're going to do for the Business Alliance, which is really, really fun, we're going to talk about corporate versus entrepreneur. And yes, I will be giving homework. Homework, really? Homework, well, it's in the literature. It's in the literature. And I think that's something we need to do is, so we're going to be talking about that. And we're going to be do the healing energy. That list that Charlie's got keeps getting longer. So if you know of somebody, please put it on that in the comment section below so we can do it. I'm going to be doing that from my dad for his recent sickness bout and ended up in a hospital in 19 morning. My mom with her back, and right now her shoulder after her fall in August. So, and I'm going to need a little healing, and I'm going to need a little healing energy just to do what I want to do in the meantime. So that, yeah, that's the phone. And a lot of times they're just calls. But anyway, so, and also we're going to be talking about what you are stuck on. And I'm going to also bring out the reach out program. I think that's very important. And we all need to reach out. And for the virtual for next Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, that's 4 to 6 p.m. Daylight Eastern Daylight Time. The phone number, and I'll say it twice and I'll say it slow, is 712-451-0747. That's 712-451-0747. And the access code is 795178 and a pound sign. Now, for those of you next Saturday will be the physical clubhouse from 1 to 3 p.m. East, 1 to 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time at the Barnes & Noble in Folsom, California. Now, if you're coming west, you want to take Highway 50 east to East Bidwell, go over the overramp, and you can take either Iron Point, left on Iron Point Road, and then take a short right. There's plenty of parking garages. Or you can go up a little further where there's a Chicago Fly on one side, up the back of the Lazy Dog on the other with AT&T and the Sleep number. And there's a garage right there where you can go into, and you can't miss it. There's a big fountain there, and it says Barnes & Noble in big letters. I mean, it takes up the whole thing. And it's the first one west of the Mississippi that has a full restaurant. Very good food. And if you're coming west and you're wondering, well, I don't want to go back, there's hotels. There's 2 Marriott Residence and Spy, I think. And then there's a Hampton on the other side. And there's plenty of eateries from IHOP to KFC to Olive Garden. And then there's grocery stores like Costco, Sam's Club, Whole Foods. And if you come, and So they're, I mean, it's from one of the residents in by Marriott, the IHOP is right there. I mean, you go boing, boing, and they're right there. So, and if you're coming east, you take Highway 50 westbound to East Bedwell, and then you can take either Iron Point Road or the other, or the, I forget what it was called. And there's plenty of parking, especially in the garages and in front of Whole Foods. We're going to be talking about the same thing, health and wellness. With Easter coming up, I think we need to talk about the food, and how we can avoid people with food allergies, and not really avoid them, but what we can do to compensate. Like if somebody has a fish allergy, I'm one of them. What we can make, and do we need to disregard them and say, well, no, you can't come because you have a specific food allergy? What we can do, I think that, and what alternative, as well as sugaring, both. I think if we balance it out instead of just healthy and nothing sweet, then you don't balance it out. It just drops. And so we need to have a balance. What's balance there? That's a good alternative of being healthy, yet anybody will eat, not just kids. What we as parents need to watch out for. And then for the literature, we're going to be still on the self-leader program. And if we continue talking about this, I think that we'll get across. Or if you have any questions about it, write them down and then say, okay, this is what I'm having trouble with. I'm having trouble with project with investment and stuff, or whatever it is. We need to talk about. Right now we're into but we can still continue with project care, so we can understand it better and do the homework and decipher that. With the TVP, we need to learn about both the crime law and the preamble of our United States Constitution. Do you even know that? Because unless we know it, understand it, and live both, it's not going to happen as an amendment. And then what we're going to do is we're going to talk on the business alliance. We're going to talk about entrepreneur, corporate versus entrepreneur. And yes, it will be homework, and it's in the literature, and I will be giving you some. And we're going to do the hearing. This past Sunday, my dad had very bad. He was so sick, and he was hospitalized for a few days. He's home now, but we need to bring in the hearing images, and so that we can figure out not only what foods, but what other measures we can take, and hospitals, and how different they are. And I'll give you 2 examples. And then we'll talk about, what we're going to be doing next. And for those of you who've been at the last event, which is contribute to the late Steve Fagan. Bring it up whether you're on the virtual or the physical clubhouses. Again, next Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. will be Pacific Daylight Time. Will be the Foothill Creative Geniuses virtual clubhouse with the number of 712-451-0747 with the access code of 795178 in the pound sign. And those of you who are in the Placerville area, El Dorado County area, Placer County area, Sacramento County area, and interested in meeting face to face at my physical clubhouse next Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time at the Barnes & Noble in Folsom, California. And I hope to see you there, or I hope to hear from you. And don't be shy, and get the shadows. Hope to see you next week or hear you next week. And if you like this and you want more, please put it in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you want to have this as a reminder every week before. And for those of you on the physical, how about a live stream from how about a live stream for everybody to get involved? And please put that in the comment section below if you're interested. And I'll be at the physical clubhouse. And also, and if you want more of these, please hit the subscribe button. And I hope to see you all there. And have a great week.